Hello, hello! Welcome to the House of Witchcraft. I'm Taren S, High Priestess in American Witchcraft Tradition with over 35 years experience. And if you want to know more about that phrase that I just said, hopefully here in the next week I will be uploading a video explaining that long phrase because I've had folks ask. Alright, today I want to talk about the predisposition of herbs. I know that sounds really fancy. Actually, what it is I want to talk the predisposition of herbs to have different energies to be used for different magical workings. For instance, I use mugwort when I want to remember my dreams. Or why do I use rose petals when I'm doing a love spell? Why do I want to use lavender when I want to do something soothing? And folks like, where do you come up? How do you figure out these ingredients? Herbs each, just like rocks, stones, just like me, just like you, we all have a energy signature is the easiest way to say it. And, different herbs as well, all plants, everything has some type of an energy around it. And what we have done is recognize certain herbs have certain energies, so they have a predisposition. All right, mugwort is associated with dream type magic for a lot of people. And other folks like you use it in their prosperity workings. There's all sorts of ways you can use mugwort. I'm using that as an example. But what I'm saying is that rose hips, all right, love, attraction, beauty. And for other folks, they have a different list because there are all sorts of energies within each herb. Just like within you, there are all sorts of energies. So for me personally, I might pick up on rose hips as attraction. I'm picking up its attraction energies. Whereas the next person who picks this up may see this for growth, for potentially prosperity purposes. They're picking up on the energies that are within the herb. All right? Herbs, just like us, just like everything, don't have just one energy. There's a spectrum of aspects, a spectrum of different types of energies, and periwinkle is a wonderful little herb, and which a lot of folks, and if you go looking it up, people have got all sorts of energies, and I've come to the conclusion of what I call it's one of those complex herbs, meaning that it's got a lot of different energies, aspects, things that different witches pick up on, okay? And so it's not about reading the book and it says, okay, I should use periwinkle for this. That's not how you do it. What you want to do is get some good fresh herbs, okay? Make sure they're responsibly sourced, all right? And get it, and make sure you know if you can baneful, poisonous type stuff. But you want to put it up in your hand. Feel what it is. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let it resonate with you, okay? If you're doing a working and you're like, what should I put in it? Not because you read it in a book, but because it resonates with you, all right? And what you resonated with you this month, it may not resonate with you next month. You're like, oh no, what are you saying, Taren? What I'm saying is when you put a working together, you're putting it together in that moment. So take time and really get into what this herb is telling you right now in this moment, all right? Just like us, they have energy cycles too. Some herbs lead more toward full moons. Other herbs lead toward new moons. Some herbs are solar. Some, that is my phone doing that. And as soon as I hit record, that thing goes off. But some herbs are solar, All right? And you're like, well, how do I find all that out? How do I find all that out? Well, you need to get the herb. You need to smell the herb. You need to put the herb in your hand. It's starting to sound familiar. Put the herb in your hand. Let it resonate with you. This is how your energies mesh with the energies of the herb. Now, if you are doing a working, in which, like, for me, I have workings in Hoodoo and the Psalms, in which has got different herbs. And that is based on what is their historical uses, what most people use it for. It doesn't mean that you can't tweak it or change it up in there. Because this is lavender. All right, a lot of people like it, and lavender itself, you know, it is a soothing herb, a serenity herb. All right, but you may pick it up sometime and be like, that's not how it feels right now to me. I'm not feeling the serenity of the herb. And if you're not feeling it, don't use it, and alter your working. You need to be resonating with the herbs. The herbs need to be resonating with you. Don't just pick an herb because that's what's in the book. All right. You see behind me, I have we're very blessed at the cottage, and I'm just, you know, that up to the goddess. Thank you. We do have a lot of herbs, and there are moments where you will see them come up here and pick out different things, put it over on the table, and they're open, and then we're like, yeah, that's good. No, that's not good. Yeah, that's good. It's about learning to basically put your recipe together in the moment, and celebrating the magic that's right in that moment. If you want to put together a prosperity working, you know, doing things that resonate, using herbs that resonate with you. They naturally have an energy to them. We all naturally have a little energy signature. There are different aspects in each energy. That's what makes it complex sometimes and a little difficult when you're starting out for you newbie witches. All right. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay. Make sure the herbs that you are using are, you know, especially if you plan on making teas and ingesting them in any way, make sure they are food quality, they are responsibly sourced, okay? You hear me say this a lot. All the herbs that I use, I buy within our community from different witch folk in which I know take the steps to make sure that they are responsibly sourced, all right? Want to take your time, slow it down, okay? That's the biggest thing I can say when we get into the herbs and you're like, oh, I feel like I need to go buy all these herbs, and then you put them on your shelf and they sit there for 2 years, okay? First of all, herbs have a shelf life. Some herbs have it as short as a couple of weeks. Others, you might be able to get a couple of months out of it the most. Typically, when I open up one of these jars, and if I can't smell it, and over the years I've learned what different herbs look like this one, if it starts getting too brown and dry and dusty, it's time to go put it down in the bonfire for the evening. All right, you need to keep all of your herbs as fresh as you possibly can. If you know, I know some witches will put a little date on the bottom, get a little sticker that they put on the bottom of their herbs so that they can know when this one is, all right? Like I said, I typically just go by the smell and the look of it, and also I feel the energy of it, because I'll pick up it and I'll be like, oh, that sort of feels dead. It's like it's all dried up and all the energy left it, you know? And at that point, I just take it down to the sacred fire, okay? All right. For those of you that watch all the way to the end, thank you. You're the good witches. You get your gold star. And to your my newbie witches, welcome home. Welcome home. Always remember, you are our next generation. We are so happy to see you. All right, may all you witches have a bright, bright, blessed day. Okay? And as always, amen, blessed be, ashe, and a-bo-bo.